But I did this not for Nobel. I did this for saving lives. I mean, we've saved millions of lives. Think about India, Pakistan. Think about some of the wars that were going on for years. We had one going for 31, one going for 32, one going for 37 years, with millions of people being killed in every country. And I got every one of those done, for the most part, within a day. It's pretty good. On tough savings because we are taking in hundreds of billions of dollars, not only from China, from other countries. We've become a wealthy country again, and the tariffs have given us diplomatic strength. They've given us negotiating strength. I settled a few of the wars just based on tariffs. I said, as an example, with India and with Pakistan, I said, if you guys want to fight a war and you have nuclear weapons, I'm going to put big tariffs on you both, like 100%, 150, and 200%. No, don't do that. I said, I'm putting tariffs. I had that thing settled in 24 hours. If I didn't have tariffs, you could have never settled.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग स्टिक भी बन सकती है।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरी डे।
Both of your elections, the biggest issues were the economy and immigration. Now you're getting credit from Democrats and Republicans for this Middle East peace deal. Where does it fit? Where do you think it fits into your legacy?
Well, look, this will be my 8th war that I've solved. And I hear there's a war now going between Pakistan and Afghanistan. I said, I'll have to wait till I get back. I'm doing another one because I'm good at solving wars. I'm good at making peace. And it's an honor to do it. I saved millions of lives. Millions of lives. Now, in all fairness to the Nobel Committee, it was for 2024. And this was picked for 2024. But there are those that say you could make an exception because a lot of things happened during 25 that are done and complete and great.
Living my best life.
Mindfully crafted home decor fabrics. Sansar, a D-Decor brand. Live consciously.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात।
वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है?
अरे मेरे राजा।
त्योहार भी आ गए और हुंडे सुपर डिलाइट डेज भी। अब हर कदम पे खुशियां बांटेंगी। हर सेलिब्रेशन अपना अपना सा लगेगा। यही तो टाइम प्यार दिखाने का। अपनी फेवरेट हुंडई कार को आपकी मनपसंद हुंडई कारों पर मिल रही है कमाल की डील्स। वैसे लोगे तो आप हुंडई ही, चाहे दिल की सुनो या डील्स की।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
Tehreek-e-Taliban, a Pakistan-manufactured terror monster, has today turned against its own master. On the night of 11th October 2025, the Afghan Taliban smoked several Pakistani military posts. The terror group claimed to have attacked 16 posts across multiple provinces of Pakistan under its Al-Khandaq operations. The Taliban destroyed Pak's Durand line security. The group killed 58 Pak soldiers and held 5 as captive.
The armed forces of
You're watching 6 Stories at 6. I'm Shivangi Shukla getting you the latest. A historic moment, viewers, was witnessed today. This is the first story we're tracking, where 20 Israeli hostages were released after 2 years. And in the meanwhile, Trump addressed the Israel parliament, that's right, and hailed Gaza ceasefire as a historic dawn of the new Middle East. Clashes, arson and big chaos. Pakistan is in a free fall. Crackdown on TLP intensifies. The IRCTC scam heat stings Lalu Yadav. Charges are framed against him, Rabri Devi and Tejasvi Yadav. The Durgapur gang rape case, the BJP demands action and answers from CM Mamta Banerjee. Supreme Court orders a CBI probe in the Karur stampede case, says incident has stirred national conscience. Viewers, it was a historic day today after 2 painful years spent in captivity. 20 Israeli hostages were kidnapped by Hamas. They have finally been released. The emotional scenes played out as they reunited with their families. In Jerusalem, hundreds of people gathered to welcome them back. These hostages have spent the past 2 years trapped in one of the bloodiest battlefields in the Middle East. Let's take a look.
"738 days later, after a blood-soaked war that raged for 2 long years, cheers, tears, and finally peace in sight. At Tel Aviv's Hostage Square, emotions ran high. Every heart beating, waiting, hoping for that one announcement. For some, it was the homecoming of loved ones after 2 years of anguish. For others, it was standing in solidarity as history unfolded before their eyes. And then, a voice over the loudspeaker. The journalist announcing the release of the first group of 7 hostages. The crowd erupted in cheers and tears. Because after 2 years of torment, the wait was finally over. There were hugs, there were handshakes, and history. Across the border in Khan Yunis, Red Cross convoys rolled through, racing towards the pickup point. The announcement in Tel Aviv had set the mission in motion, a mission of hope and humanity. And then came the moment, the one the world has been waiting for. Hundreds lined the roads, waving flags, holding signs as the convoy made its way to the Reim military base, carrying with it 20 hostages alive. They were the faces from the Nova Music Festival, the young, the old, captured on October 7th, 2023. Now, finally heading home. Republic has accessed pictures of the released hostages. After days of fear and uncertainty, Guy Gilboa Dalal finally reunites with IDF representatives. Smiles through tears, Alon Ohel meets IDF representatives after his release. The nightmare has ended, but the scars remain. Gali and Ziv Berman, siblings and survivors, their reunion a symbol of Israel's pain and perseverance. For Eitan Mor, every handshake and every hug is a reminder that he made it home. And for Matan Angrest, this moment is more than just a reunion. It is survival, it is strength, it is homecoming. But before the celebrations came a moment that broke hearts across Israel. A mother's voice, trembling with love, relief, and disbelief as she spoke to her son, a freed hostage. Her words echoed through the square, a cry of joy and the release of pain held for far too long. But even amidst the joy, there was unease. Because for many families, the fight and the fear are not over.
I can't really trust Hamas that they'll give them back all healthy, all in good shape, all alive. It's very hard to trust them. And I'm worried that bad things are going to happen on the way. I'm worried about the bodies of the hostages that we need to get back as well. And, you know, we've been through so many bad things. Carmel, my cousin, was murdered in captivity. She was actually hours away from getting released. The ceasefire collapsed on the very morning of the day in which she was supposed to come back. She was hours away. And they're hours away. So until they're back, I can't really be 100% happy. And it ain't over till it's over.
Hope overshadowed by heartbreak. Relief tempered by the memories of those who never made it back.
We're very, very happy. Relieved. I think you can see it around the whole square. Like, the Israeli people are relieved and happy. I know. So it's a very unique morning, and maybe a morning that will change much of how we got used to live here in this country. We will get our sanity back.
It is a new day in Israel. A day that carries both the weight of the loss and the light of peace. A day that will be remembered as the day the hostages were reunited with their families.
And viewers, while the hostages were returning home, US President Trump was back in Israel declaring that the Gaza war is over. Addressing the Israeli parliament, Trump said that the Gaza ceasefire between Hamas and Israel is the golden age of Israel and Middle East. Simultaneously, the Netanyahu and Trump bonhomie was on full display, with Netanyahu calling Trump the greatest friend Israel has ever had in the White House.
Just as Hamas released 20 remaining living hostages after 2 years, President Trump landed in Israel. Speaking at Ben Gurion Airport, Trump said the war is finished.
The war is over. War is over. The war is over. Okay, you understand that? I think people are a lot of reasons why it's going to hold, but I think people are tired of it. It's been centuries. Okay, not just recent. It's been centuries. I think people are tired of it. Yeah, the ceasefire is going to hold, and we're going to make sure it holds.
For weeks, Trump's team worked through Qatar, Egypt, and the UN, linking a pause in fighting with a massive prisoner exchange. Nearly 1,900 Palestinian detainees for the 20 hostages. The deal also guarantees daily humanitarian access into Gaza and phase Israeli troops pull back from the north. Israel's cabinet approved the plan just hours before Trump's arrival. Next, US President Donald Trump arrived at the Knesset. Trump entered Knesset to additional fanfare and wide applause.
After 2 harrowing years in darkness and captivity, 20 courageous hostages are returning to the glorious embrace of their families, and it is glorious. 28 more precious loved ones are coming home at last to rest in this sacred soil for all of time. And after so many years of unceasing war and endless danger, today the skies are calm, the guns are silent, the sirens are still, and the sun rises on a holy land that is finally at peace, a land and a region that will live, God willing, in peace for all eternity.
However, Trump's speech was not without drama. A left-wing Knesset member disrupted Trump's speech, raising slogans, and then was dragged out of Knesset. Another key highlight was Trump-Netanyahu bonhomie on display. Trump and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu held a meeting in Knesset. Netanyahu thanked Trump and called him the greatest friend of Israel.
With the indispensable help, the determined and focused help, the unremitting help of President Trump and his team, and with the incredible sacrifice and courage of the soldiers of Israel, we are fulfilling that promise. Just at that point of maximum pressure on Israel, a man named Donald J. Trump was elected President of the United States. And ladies and gentlemen, overnight, everything changed. Everything.
Both leaders then met with freed hostages and hostage families after their one-on-one meet. The historic visit comes after Trump brokered Israel's ceasefire deal with Hamas.
And viewers, Pakistan is losing the plot once again, and this time they are targeting their own. The country is on the edge as violent clashes are happening between security forces and the Tehreek-e-Laibak Pakistan supporters. And we see that the entire nation is reeling. Reports of hundreds killed and injured have sparked widespread outrage. A TLP chief has also been shot at. Here's a report on how Pakistan is on a free fall.
Pakistan is on the brink of chaos. Islamabad is hunting down its own people. It is official. Pakistan is imploding. Clashes between the Tehreek-e-Laibak Pakistan and security forces took a violent turn. What began as a protest quickly spiraled into deadly clashes. TLP supporters marching towards the US embassy were blocked by the police, leading to chaos. The TLP claims 2 of its men were killed and over 50 suffered injuries. However, locals say that the death toll is much higher, with over 500 feared dead, and the video has also gone viral.
पत्थर का टाइम हो रहा है और पत्थर के टाइम पूरा मन मार्च के ऊपर स्ट्रेट फायरिंग की जा रही है। यहाँ पे स्नाइपर चलाई जा रही है, यहाँ पे AK-47 का इस्तेमाल किया जा रहा है, यहाँ पे पूरा मन नत्ते शहरियों के ऊपर रियासत जो माँ होती है वो अपने बच्चों के ऊपर ये देख के कैसे भ्रष्ट मार रही है। हमारे पास इतने शहीद हो चुके हैं कि हमारे पास उठाने के लिए जगह नहीं है रात के इस अंधेरे में।
Reports suggest TLP chief Saad Rizvi has been shot at multiple times and is now underground.
हमेशा मार्शल नाजायज हुआ, आज सब कुछ खत्म हो गया। सैकड़ों कारकुनान के सिरों पे गोलियां मार दी, साद रिजवी के ट्रक पे गोलियां मार दी, उसने कफन बांध लिया। वो कहता रहा कि पुलिस वालों, रेंजर वालों, तुम मुसलमान हो। अजान हो रही थी फायरिंग की। तुमने गोलियां बरसाई, सीनों पे गोलियां चलाई।
The Pakistani government, meanwhile, has imposed a lockdown in Lahore, shutting down schools, colleges, and markets. These are clear signs that Asim Munir is losing grip on Islamabad. In the face of the violence, Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has decided to run away to Egypt, shrugging responsibility.
And viewers, the IRCTC scam is back to haunt Lalu Yadav. A major setback for the RJD chief Lalu Prasad Yadav and his family is coming just before the Bihar elections. Just weeks before Bihar votes, a Delhi court has ordered the framing of corruption, cheating and conspiracy charges in the scam case. The court has strongly observed that Lalu abused his position as a public servant and conspired for illegal land transfers. Here's more.
Ahead of Bihar polls, a huge legal setback for RJD Supremo Lalu Prasad Yadav and his family. A Delhi court framed charges against Lalu Prasad Yadav, his wife Rabri Devi and son Tejasvi Yadav in the alleged IRCTC corruption case. The order was pronounced in the presence of all the accused on Monday. In its order, the court made sharp observations, accusing Lalu of abusing his position as a public servant and manipulating the tender process. The court noted that the tender eligibility was tweaked and land parcels were undervalued to benefit the accused. It also said that the conspiracy extended to the transfer of land ownership to Rabri Devi and Tejasvi Yadav. With the order coming ahead of polls, NDA hit out at Mahagathbandhan on the issue of corruption.
माननीय लालू प्रसाद जी के परिवार जिन पर 420 और 120B का आरोप लगा है, वह तो स्वाभाविक है। लालू जी अपने बड़े भाई स्वर्गीय मंगरू राय के परिजन को नौकरी दिया तो फुलवरिया में जमीन लिखवा लिया। राबड़ी देवी जी के चाचा नाटा चौधरी जी के परिवार को नौकरी दिया तो जमीन लिखवा लिया। यह स्वाभाविक प्रक्रिया है, दुर्गति है। आपने जो पाप किया और तेजस्वी यादव जी आपके नाम पर अगर संपत्ति है तो आपने सरेंडर क्यों नहीं किया? और न्यायपालिका के मामले को आप चुनाव से जोड़ रहे हैं तो आपके वकील ने जीरा क्यों नहीं किया?
लालू प्रसाद के पूरे अगर हम शासन को 3 वाक्यों में कहें, चारा खाना, अलकतरा पीना बिटुमिन और सरकारी संपत्ति की बांटने में टेंडर में हेरा फेरी करना और जमीन प्राप्त करना.
All accused will now face trial on charges of criminal conspiracy, cheating and corruption. However, RJD claims it was the ruling government that was targeting Lalu through investigative agencies.
And viewers, a fresh political slugfest has erupted after the alleged gang rape of a medical student in Durgapur. After the West Bengal CM Mamta Banerjee yesterday questioned the medical student's timing to go out from college, the opposition, the survivor's father, they both have criticized her remark and victim-blaming behavior. The BJP has urged Mamta Banerjee to stop justifying rape and give justice to the survivor. Meanwhile, the survivor's father has also said that he is taking his daughter back to Odisha as he does not believe Bengal is safe.
A horrific incident has shaken West Bengal. A second-year MBBS student from Odisha was allegedly gang-raped at Durgapur on Friday, October 10th. The 23-year-old from Jaleshwar in Odisha is a second-year MBBS student at a private medical college in Durgapur. On Friday night, she was out with a friend when some men approached them and forcibly took her to a secluded area and raped her. West Bengal CM Mamta Banerjee has come under fire for victim blaming. She questioned the college's role in ensuring student safety and pointed out that the incident occurred outside the campus.
Especially the girl child at night time.
they should not be allowed to come out in the outside. They have to protect themselves also.
Meanwhile, BJP leaders have strongly condemned Mamata Banerjee's response. BJP MP Basuri Swaraj has accused the CM of giving similar responses in the past, such as during the Abhaya and Sandesh Khali cases.
ये पहली बार नहीं हुआ है, एक पूरा पैटर्न बन गया है। टीएमसी दकियानूसी सोच का पर्याय बन चुकी है। यहाँ पर ऐसा घनौना गैंगरेप हुआ वेस्ट बंगाल में, जहाँ पर विक्टिम की बॉडी को उसको टेयर अपार्ट करा गया था। The victim's body was torn from legs right up to her navel, यानी नाभि तक उस रेप विक्टिम की बॉडी को फाड़ दिया गया था। ऐसी दरिंदगी करी गई थी। आप हैरान होंगे, ममता बनर्जी ने ये कह दिया कि ये सारा का सारा षड्यंत्र है सीपीआईएम सपोर्टर्स को। एक बार फिर उन्होंने इस बात को डिनाई करा। फिर हम बात करते हैं संदेश खाली की। संदेश खाली में तो आप जानते हैं अनगिनत महिलाओं के साथ दुष्कर्म हुआ, वो भी टीएमसी के ही नेताओं ने करा, टीएमसी के ही ऑफिस में हुआ। लेकिन माननीय मुख्यमंत्री ममता बनर्जी ने क्या कहा? उन्होंने कहा किछु हुई ना।
The BJP MP has urged Mamata Banerjee to stop justifying rape and give justice to the victim.
आप लोग तो माँ, माटी और मानुष का नारा लगाते हैं। आपके इस संवेदनहीन, आपके इस कुशासन और आपकी इस दकियानूसी मानसिकता के कारण आज बंगाल में माँ शर्मिंदा है, माटी लहूलुहान है और मानुष बेहाल है।
In Durgapur, West Bengal LOP and BJP MP Subindu Adhikari held protest over the gang rape incident and stated that the private college authority reached out to him as they were under pressure.
Trinamool hatao, beti bachao. It is the main slogan in everywhere in Bengal. Trinamool should go, not cooperate with the victim family. Till now, not hand over the medical report. They don't allow leader of opposition to talk with doctors. They blockade the Mahila Commission, Women Commission, coming from Odisha.
The police have made 5 arrests so far, including a classmate of the victim. The father has urged Mamata government to take strict action, saying Mamata is also a mother of someone.
मेरे को और जो ममता दीदी है वो भी तो किसी का माँ होगा ना, अगर माँ होगा तो उसका लड़के का दर्द भी समझ सकते हैं ना। मैं चाहता हूँ और बंगाल सरकार के अनुरोध करता हूँ, उसी से कड़ी सजा दीजिए। अगर उससे सजा देंगे तो बंगाल का लड़की थोड़ा सुरक्षित अनुभव करेगा।
The father of the MBBS student has also said he will be taking his daughter back to Odisha as he is concerned about her safety in Bengal. This incident has once again brought the spotlight on the Mamata Banerjee government's handling of women's safety. As the victim's family seeks justice and the BJP and the people of Bengal demand safety and accountability, West Bengal CM Mamata's response has fallen short of expectations.
And viewers, that's a wrap on 6 stories at 6. This is Shivangi Shukla signing off. But do not go anywhere. We'll be back. We'll go live and breaking next.
Some places feel like they've been waiting for you, where every piece speaks of legacy, from diamonds that celebrate ambition to festive gold that honors tradition. LD Sons.
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला लिव इन माय बेस्ट लाइफ
Mindfully crafted home decor fabrics. Sansar, a D-Decor brand. Live consciously.
Some places feel like they've been waiting for you, where every piece speaks of legacy, from diamonds that celebrate ambition to festive gold that honors tradition. LD Sons.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
Bliss. Sometimes it dances on your skin like first rain. It teases, it soothes, and sometimes speaks without words. Experience bliss in all its forms with Hindware. Hindware, designed for bliss.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा
Both of your elections, the biggest issues were the economy and immigration. Now you're getting credit from Democrats and Republicans for this Middle East peace deal. Where does it fit? Where do you think it fits into your legacy?
Well, look, I solved, this will be my 8th war that I've solved. And I hear there's a war now going between Pakistan and Afghanistan. I said, I'll have to wait till I get back. You know, I'm doing another one because I'm good at solving wars. I'm good at making peace. And it's an honor to do it. I saved millions of lives. Millions of lives. Now, in all fairness to the Nobel Committee, it was for 2024. And this was picked for 2024. But there are those that say you could make an exception because a lot of things happened during 25 that are done and complete and great. But I did this not for Nobel. I did this for saving lives. I mean, we've saved millions of lives. Think about India, Pakistan. Think about some of the wars that were going on for years. We had one going for 31, one going for 32, one going for 37 years, with millions of people being killed in every country. And I got every one of those done, for the most part, within a day. It's pretty good. Tough savings because we are taking in hundreds of billions of dollars, not only from China, from other countries. We've become a wealthy country again, and the tariffs have given us diplomatic strength. They've given us negotiating strength. I settled a few of the wars just based on tariffs. I said, as an example, with India and with Pakistan, I said, if you guys want to fight a war and you have nuclear weapons, I'm going to put big tariffs on you both, like 100%, 150, and 200%. No, don't do that. I said, I'm putting tariffs. I had that thing settled in 24 hours. If I didn't have tariffs, you could have never settled that war. You knew that better than anybody, McGee.
Pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
Some places feel like they've been waiting for you, where every piece speaks of legacy, from diamonds that celebrate ambition to festive gold that honors tradition. LD Sons.
Living my best life.
Mindfully crafted home decor fabrics. Sansar, a D-Decor brand. Live consciously.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
Some places feel like they've been waiting for you, where every piece speaks of legacy, from diamonds that celebrate ambition to festive gold that honors tradition. LD Sons.
Bliss. Sometimes it dances on your skin like first rain. Weaves the magic of warmth into a cold day. Experience bliss in all its forms with Hindware. Hindware, designed for bliss.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला। भारत की अपनी दुकान, इंडिया सोना, अपने देश का सामान, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना।
Both of your elections, the biggest issues were the economy and immigration. Now you're getting credit from Democrats and Republicans for this Middle East peace deal. Where does it fit? Where do you think it fits into your legacy?
Well, look, this will be my 8th war that I've solved. And I hear there's a war now going between Pakistan and Afghanistan. I said, I'll have to wait till I get back. I'm doing another one because I'm good at solving wars. I'm good at making peace. And it's an honor to do it. I saved millions of lives. Millions of lives. Now, in all fairness to the Nobel Committee, it was for 2024. And this was picked for 2024. But there are those that say you can make an exception because a lot of things happened during 25 that are done and complete and great. But I did this not for Nobel. I did this for saving lives. I mean, we've saved millions of lives. Think about India, Pakistan. Think about some of the wars that were going on for years. We had one going for 31, one going for 32, one going for 37 years, with millions of people being killed in every country. And I got every one of those done, for the most part, within a day. It's pretty good.
להוציא את חבר הכנסת, להוציא אותו מהאולם, להוציא אותו מיד, החוצה, 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 להוציא גם את חבר הכנסת כסיף.
As Donald Trump addresses Israeli parliament, a left-wing member of Israeli parliament disrupts his speech.
With the indispensable help, the determined and focused help, the unremitting help of President Trump and his team, and with the incredible sacrifice and courage of the soldiers of Israel, we are fulfilling that promise.
Benjamin Netanyahu reflects back on Trump's peace deal efforts, hails the Gaza Accord.
This is not only the end of a war, this is the end of an age of terror and death and the beginning of the age of faith and hope and of God.
War is over, says Donald Trump on a historic day for the Middle East.
आपके इस संवेदनहीन, आपके इस कुशासन और आपकी इस दकियानूसी मानसिकता के कारण आज बंगाल में मां शर्मिंदा है, माटी लहूलुहान है और मानुष बेहाल है.
As Mamata and her party victim shame the Durgapur gang rape victim, the BJP questions the pattern of victim shaming under Mamata Banerjee's rule. Supreme Court orders CBI investigation into the Karur stampede that killed 41 during TVK chief Vijay's rally.
जिस व्यक्ति ने 90,000 करोड़ का मुनाफा रेलवे को दिया, हर बजट में किराया कम किया, तो बिहार के लोग जानते हैं, देश के लोग जानते हैं कि सच्चाई क्या है।
Delhi court frames charges against Lalu Prasad, Tejasvi Yadav, Rabri Devi in IRCTC scam. Union Minister Suresh Gopi says he wants to quit as cabinet minister and return to acting to earn more money. Thank you for joining us here on Republic TV, ladies and gentlemen, as we keep our focus on the breaking news updates coming in from Bihar. Getting in a news update that the Prime Minister is currently meeting JP Nadda, the BJP president. A news update that came in, especially after the NDA closed its seat-sharing talks. Seat-sharing finalized within the NDA, and JP Nadda is meeting the Prime Minister as we speak. 101 seats for the BJP, 101 seats for the JDU. Chirag Paswan getting 29, much more than what he initially asked, but not as many as he may have wanted. And on the back of these developments, we have a critical meeting on the Bihar elections ongoing in Delhi. Aishwarya is joining us on the phone line. Aishwarya, anything specifically on the agenda? Aishwarya, are you there?
She was just discussing, keeping in mind that today it was expected that an official announcement will be made by the BJP at around 4 p.m., but that press conference never happened. And now Jagat Prakash Nadda, the BJP national president, has been called in at 7 LKM. He is briefing the Prime Minister. We are being told that the Home Minister might also join this meeting within the next few minutes. That very clearly gives an indication that the BJP understands that, as you were just mentioning yourself, that Chirag Paswan is not happy, but still he should be satisfied. From a party of 4, he has been given 29 seats. And as far as BJP and JDU are concerned, they are at equal numbers, 101 each. But now the next step is a selection of candidates. The next step is how to be victorious on these seats, because the opposition seems to be pretty upbeat about the upcoming Bihar elections, and hence the Prime Minister's final clearance, the Prime Minister's final approval on every decision is mandatory as far as Bihar election is concerned, because it's his face, it's his name under which BJP is going to contest elections against Tejasvi Yadav, because the only difference between the BJP and the other parties in this election is that every other party has a regional face, but the BJP is once again banking on their trump card, on Prime Minister Modi, as they feel that always keeps them ahead. Back to you, Niran.
Thank you for joining us with those inputs. Aishwarya there breaking the story. Let's get you some more breaking news now. BRS Working President KTR in Hyderabad has filed a formal complaint with the Election Commission, alleging large-scale vote chori by the Congress. Now, they're flipping it, saying the Congress is doing vote chori. This is during the Jubilee Hills by-polls. The BRS claims that 43 non-existent individuals were registered under a single address, presenting this as evidence of electoral malpractice and supporting their accusations. BRS has released documents, photographs, allegedly showing Congress leaders distributing voter ID cards. The party has asserted that this is proof of Congress attempting to manipulate electoral rolls, though the move may trigger political backlash. Here's what KTR said. He spoke to the media. Aishwarya is also joining us live. KTR soundbite came in some time back, so we'll just play that out as well. Aishwarya, what's the allegation? And is there any merit to BRS claiming vote chori by Congress?
So the BRS party is claiming that there are multiple irregularities in the electoral law that was released a day ago ahead of this Jubilee Hills by-poll elections. So what they're claiming is that there are multiple names names that are registered within the Jubilee Hills constituency, while they were also in the same names there are registered in another constituencies, maybe Uppal or outside in the rural constituencies of Telangana as well, in the same name, in some cases with negligible minor errors in the spelling. But what the BRS is claiming that their names, their parents' name or even the spouse's name in some cases are similar, and with minor changes in the name of the voter has been changed, and they have been included in the voter list of the Jubilee Hills constituency, which is going for elections next in the November. So what is BRS is claiming that there's a sudden rise in the voter list in this Jubilee Hills by poll, and there is this 43.
Okay, just lost the line there with Aishwarya, but we'll go across to her. The BRS has filed a formal complaint with the Election Commission. Now, they're claiming that the Congress is doing vote chori. And they put out some pictures recently of the Congress leadership distributing voter ID cards. And the BRS claimed that the Congress had no role to distribute voter ID cards in the first place. And they've gone to the Election Commission at the BRK Bhavan in Hyderabad. We're getting in some live pictures. Let's cut across to that. Donald Trump, who's in Israel. Some pictures coming in of Donald Trump, who's just a few minutes back addressed the Israeli parliament. And those are pictures of him leaving Israel, on his way next to Egypt. And in Egypt, he's expected to meet world leaders as part of a peace summit. Donald Trump saying his goodbyes to the leaders of Israel. Benjamin Netanyahu himself not expected to visit the Egypt summit. Donald Trump will be there. Donald Trump expressing confidence that the ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas will hold. He said while addressing the parliament in Israel, the Knesset, saying that the agreement between Israel and Hamas will hold, saying that the people are tired of the war after centuries of conflict. All right, I think we have an audio there. We'll lift the audio up as well. As you can hear, Donald Trump saying goodbye to the Israeli leadership. Okay, so Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, has said that he won't be traveling to Egypt's Sharm el-Sheikh to attend the Gaza Peace Summit with global leaders. He has claimed there are time constraints ahead of the start of the holiday season in Israel, which begins tonight. And according to the media in Israel, Netanyahu had accepted Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's invitation to join the summit that was announced by his office. And now they've said that he will not be making the trip. Netanyahu was with US President Donald Trump through the day after he landed at the Ben Gurion airport and went straight to Knesset, where he addressed the Israeli parliament. That's Donald Trump's daughter, Ivanka, and his son-in-law, Jared Kushner. And they too reported to have played a huge role in the Gaza peace plan that was drawn up by America to bring an end to the war in Israel. And Donald Trump from here heads to Egypt for the Gaza Peace Summit in a short while from now. We're expecting world leaders to gather there, and Donald Trump will be the main speaker at that summit. Trump and Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi co-hosting a summit of over 20 leaders in the Sharm el-Sheikh. And we're telling you about the different leaders who will be present there. Donald Trump, while speaking at the Israeli parliament, has said that to end the war in Gaza strips, they've had to enhance efforts to achieve peace, stability in the Middle East, and to usher in a new era of regional security and stability. The Prime Minister of India has just tweeted. Okay, let's break that. Prime Minister Modi has tweeted on the hostage release. The Prime Minister saying that We welcome the release of all hostages after over 2 years of captivity. Let's break that. The Prime Minister responding to the Israeli hostage release. And the Prime Minister Modi, saying that their freedom, referring to hostages, their freedom stands as a tribute to the courage of their families, the unwavering peace efforts of President Trump, and the strong resolve of Prime Minister Netanyahu. We support President Trump's sincere efforts to bring peace in the region. A tweet put out by the Prime Minister a few seconds ago saying that he welcomes and India welcomes the release of all hostages after 2 years of captivity. Prime Minister adding that the freedom of these hostages after 2 years stands as a tribute to the courage of the families who've been waiting for 738 days, to be precise, for their loved ones to return home. The Prime Minister saying that the unwavering peace efforts of President Trump also has played a huge role. Strong resolve of Prime Minister Netanyahu also playing a huge role. Prime Minister Modi saying that we support President Trump's sincere efforts to bring peace to the region. Okay, talking about Trump, the US President continues to claim his tariff threats stopped a potential India-Pakistan war earlier this year. Of course, there's no merit to it, but he continues to say it. He said it even inside the Israeli parliament. He's also calling the Gaza truce his 8th conflict solved, and says next he'll turn his focus to Pakistan-Afghanistan tensions. He actually said it. Take a look.
Donald Trump yet again touting tariffs as his weapon of peace, claiming he stopped a nuclear escalation between India and Pakistan with threats of massive tariffs. Trump said he warned both countries of up to 200% duties if they went to war.
I settled a few of the wars just based on tariffs. I said, as an example, with India and with Pakistan, I said, if you guys want to fight a war and you have nuclear weapons, I'm going to put big tariffs on you both, like 100%, 150, and 200%. No, don't do that. I said, I'm putting tariffs. I had that thing settled in 24 hours. If I didn't have tariffs, you could have never settled that war.
Trump also called the Gaza ceasefire his 8th conflict solved. And now he's saying he'll shift focus to the Pakistan-Afghanistan border next. The remarks come as Trump pushes his record on global conflicts, even invoking a Nobel Peace Prize snub. Trump's remarks come even as India has denied any US role in the truce.
Okay, celebrity hairstylist and on the run, conman Javed Habib facing serious allegations of running a cryptocurrency scam, crypto scandal. 32 FIRs registered against Javed Habib in Sambal, Uttar Pradesh. He, along with his son Anos Habib, associate Saiful, allegedly lured investors into the Follicle Global Company scheme, promising returns of 50 to 70% on investments in Bitcoin. Latest, we're picking up. There are more cases that are likely to be registered against Javed Habib.
Sir, can you please tell our viewers what is the current status of the case?
Javed Habib came to Sambal 2.5 years ago at the pretext of taking 5 to 7 crore rupees from the investors. More than 100 individuals invested 5 to 7 lakh rupees per person. They were promised that 50 to 70% returns will be given in a year's time, but 2.5 years passed and they did not receive a single penny. After that, these individuals approached police. We conducted an inquiry and found that there was enough evidence to register an FIR. 33 FIRs have been registered so far against Javed Habib's son, and there is a gentleman called Saifullah. They all three have been staying away from police. They have not cooperated so far. None of them have come to police. We have given them notices to appear in person as well. Their lawyer has approached us, but Javed Habib has not come to Sambal. He was supposed to come here yesterday.
So as we know that Mr. Javed Habib's lawyer, Mr. Pawan Kumar, appeared before the investigating officer, but Mr. Javed Habib was supposed to appear before you. So what will be your next legal course of action?
We had given 94 BNSS notice to them, and their lawyer gave certain papers, but these papers are not sufficient. Questioning needs to take place, and that will be done only when he comes here.
India-Canada ties are progressing slowly, highlighted by External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar as he met visiting Canadian Foreign Minister Anita Anand in New Delhi earlier today. This is Anita Anand's first official visit since taking charge. The two sides focused on building a fresh strategic framework for cooperation across key sectors.
India and Canada opening a new chapter in their diplomatic engagement on Monday, as Canadian Foreign Minister Anita Anand met External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar in New Delhi.
Namaste. Thank you so much for the warm welcome that we've received this morning. We are so grateful to be able to further the Canada-India relationship with you here in New Delhi today.
This is Anand's first official visit since taking charge, and the discussions centered around rebuilding trust and advancing a strategic partnership.
Our meeting today continues the constructive conversations that we have been having since our telephone call on the 26th of May. India-Canada bilateral relations have been steadily progressing in the last few months. We are working to restore and reinvigorate the mechanisms necessary to advance our partnership.
Both sides discussed a wide-ranging roadmap covering trade, energy, critical minerals, agriculture, nuclear collaboration and security cooperation.
Both sides, for our meeting today, have prepared an ambitious roadmap to advance our cooperation in various domains, including trade, investment, agriculture, science and technology, civil nuclear collaboration, AI, critical minerals, and energy.
Anita Anand echoed the sentiment, calling for an elevated and enduring partnership. This renewed diplomatic energy follows Prime Minister Narendra Modi's meeting with Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney earlier this year at the G7. With both countries looking to reset and rebuild the ties after a turbulent phase, today's meeting sets the tone for a structured and strategic India-Canada engagement.
The war is over, says Trump on a historic day for the Middle East. We're getting you some more details and some exclusive inputs on This Is Exclusive, 7 p.m.
In the India Today Best Universities Survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi, and National Law School, Bengaluru.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा।
Some places feel like they've been waiting for you, where every piece speaks of legacy, from diamonds that celebrate ambition to festive gold that honors tradition. LD Sons.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
Living my best life.
Mindfully crafted home decor fabrics. Sansar, a D-Decor brand. Live consciously.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता, उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ,
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा, आर प्योर मसाला।
Tehreek-e-Taliban, a Pakistan-manufactured terror monster, has today turned against its own master. On the night of 11th October 2025, the Afghan Taliban smoked several Pakistani military posts. The terror group claimed to have attacked 16 posts across multiple provinces of Pakistan under its Al-Khandaq operations. The Taliban destroyed Pak's Durand line security. The group killed 58 Pak soldiers and held 5 as captive.
The armed forces of the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan tonight conducted a successful retaliatory operation against the centers of Pakistani forces along the Durand Line, in response to the repeated violations of Afghanistan's sovereignty by the Pakistani military and airstrikes on Afghanistan's territory. The operation concluded around midnight. If the Pakistani side violates Afghanistan's sovereignty again, our armed forces are prepared to defend the country's borders and will respond decisively.
हम जैसे हिंदुस्तान के साथ अच्छा ताल्लुकात चाहता है, पाकिस्तान के साथ भी अच्छा ताल्लुकात चाहता है, लेकिन ये ताल्लुकात दोनों तरफ से हो सकता है, एक तरफ से तो नहीं हो सकता है। इसलिए हमारा ख्वाहिश ये है कि ऐसा गलती को
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ 8 मिनट में तैयार क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा हार्डकोर मसाला
Some places feel like they've been waiting for you, where every piece speaks of legacy, from diamonds that celebrate ambition to festive gold that honors tradition. LD Sons.
Living my best life.
Mindfully crafted home decor fabrics. Sansar, a decor brand. Live consciously.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल ये रंग दे ये खुशबू दे ये तीखा ये कम पड़े क्या निराला MDH मसाला
Bliss. Sometimes it dances on your skin like first rain. Weaves the magic of warmth into a cold day. Experience bliss in all its forms with Hindware. Hindware, designed for bliss.
भारत की अपनी दुकान इंडिया सोना अपने देश का सामान इंडिया सोना इंडिया सोना इंडिया सोना
Both of your elections, the biggest issues were the economy and immigration. Now you're getting credit from Democrats and Republicans for this Middle East peace deal. Where does it fit? Where do you think it fits into your legacy?
Well, look, this will be my 8th war that I've solved. And I hear there's a war now going between Pakistan and Afghanistan. I said, I'll have to wait till I get back. I'm doing another one because I'm good at solving wars. I'm good at making peace. And it's an honor to do it. I saved millions of lives. Millions of lives. Now, in all fairness to the Nobel Committee, it was for 2024. And this was picked for 2024. But there are those that say you could make an exception because a lot of things happened during 25 that are done and complete and great. But I did this not for Nobel. I did this for I did this for saving lives. I mean, we've saved millions of lives. Think about India, Pakistan. Think about some of the wars that were going on for years. We had one going for 31, one going for 32, one going for 37 years, with millions of people being killed in every country. And I got every one of those done, for the most part, within a day. It's pretty good. Tough savings because we are taking in hundreds of billions of dollars, not only from China, from other countries. We've become a wealthy country again, and the tariffs have given us diplomatic strength. They've given us negotiating strength. I settled a few of the wars just based on tariffs. I said, as an example, with India and with Pakistan, I said, if you guys want to fight a war and you have nuclear weapons, I'm going to put big tariffs on you both, like 100%, 150, and 200%. No, don't do that. I said, I'm putting tariffs. I had that thing settled in 24 hours. If I didn't have tariffs, you could have never settled that war. You knew that better than anybody, McGee.
نجديد يوطي إن شاء الله.
لك عيه إن شاء الله. بس فيه بدي أعطيه. بس أنا مزايل خزيدة كم مزايل خزيدة كم نمو لك.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Hello and welcome. You're watching the Monday edition of This Is Exclusive with me, Shavan Sen. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight our focus only on two big international stories coming in. First, the hostages have finally been released. But what's really happening inside Gaza? Have things really changed? And can the ceasefire really exist for a longer period of time? This and what's really happening inside Pakistan as protests reach Muridke. And yet again, Shehbaz Sharif's government tries to silence the opposition parties. We'll get you all this and much more in this edition of This Is Exclusive. But first, let me take you through the headlines we're tracking at this hour.
The indispensable help, the determined and focused help, the unremitting help of President Trump and his team, and with the incredible sacrifice and courage of the soldiers of Israel, we are fulfilling that promise.
Meanwhile, Netanyahu reflects back on Trump's peace deal efforts, hails his support.
This is not only the end of a war, this is the end of an age of terror and death and the beginning of the age of faith and hope and of God.
The war is over, says Trump on a historic day for the Middle East. More exclusive videos emerge from Muridke as TLP escalates protests. Shehbaz's government completely on the back foot.
आपके इस संवेदनहीन, आपके इस कुशासन और आपकी इस दकियानूसी मानसिकता के कारण आज बंगाल में मां शर्मिंदा है, माटी लहूलुहान है और मानुष बेहाल है.
Mamata Banerjee shames Durgapur rape survivor. BJP hits out at her. Ladies and gentlemen, after more than 2 agonizing years of captivity, Hamas has released
the final 20 living Israeli hostages, men who endured unimaginable hardship in the dark, suffocating tunnels of Gaza. The release brokered through intense high-stake diplomacy involving the United States, Egypt and Qatar comes as part of a ceasefire agreement that has, for now, silenced the rockets and gunfire that have defined this conflict for far too long. Yet as Israel celebrates this hard-won victory, the air is thick with both hope and uncertainty. The hostages' return is certainly a triumph, but it also raises questions. Can this delicate truce really hold? Is the return of the hostages really the end of this war? Because certain images really coming in from Gaza seems to be quite contrary to what we really know on the ground. How long will this truce really last? First, take a look at this report, and then we go across to our reporters on the ground, getting us a sense of how Israel is celebrating tonight.
The most fitting name ever named for a military operation, because a little after midnight, you really hammered them. My friends, this is only a partial list, but it's enough to affirm what I've said time and again. Donald Trump is the greatest friend that the state of Israel has ever had in the White House.
A big breakthrough after 2 years. A painful wait ending in tears of relief. 20 Israeli hostages returned to their families today as part of a ceasefire pausing the war. A convoy of Israeli vehicles, Red Cross jeeps and buses left off a prison for the occupied West Bank this afternoon, carrying some of the 250 long-term prisoners set to be released in the exchange. With the peace deal in effect, tens of thousands of Israelis watched the transfers at public screenings. A new dawn for the country. The day also saw the visit of US President Donald Trump, who was met with loud claps and warm hugs. He said this is a great day for Israel and US, as America too mourned the greatest slaughter of Jews since the Holocaust.
After 2 harrowing years in darkness and captivity, 20 courageous hostages are returning to the glorious embrace of their families, and it is glorious. 28 more precious loved ones are coming home at last to rest in this sacred soil for all of time. And after so many years of unceasing war and endless danger, today the skies are calm, the guns are silent, the sirens are still, and the sun rises on a holy land that is finally at peace, a land and a region that will live, God willing, in peace for all eternity.
While his address at the Knesset was met with some disruption,
over and over again,
להוציא את חבר הכנסת הזה, להוציא אותו מהאולם, להוציא אותו מיד, החוצה, 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 להוציא גם את חבר הכנסת כסיף, להוציא אותו מיד.
the Israeli parliament united in lauding Trump for brokering the ceasefire. As the pages turn in history, the big question is if this ceasefire deal will remain in effect.
Well, in fact, my colleague Nick is joining us from outside the Sheba Hospital in Tel Aviv, where the hostages are basically undergoing a treatment. A big day, Nick, for everyone in Israel. Just a quick recap of how Israel is celebrating today. And I'll, of course, come to you with regards to whether at all this truce can really hold, because some images really coming in from Gaza isn't very, very promising right now.
Yes, so you can see here the army helicopters continue to come to the Israeli Sheba Medical Center in the center of Israel, and each time different cases with his family coming back. And there is a lot of excitement here. Many Israelis came to witness this moment and to still have the passages that came after 3 years of trial where they were abused emotionally and physically, almost without words to breathe, food to eat, water to drink, no medication. Some of them were injured on the 7th of October, and nobody could give them any treatment. You can see now some of the hospitals are coming after going home, and
get that fixed.
Many media from all
Nick,
across the world.
Nick, we seem to be having some problem with your audio line. Can you just quickly fix the audio line till the time I just take you through these latest images? These are the live images now coming in of the family members. In fact, it's a historic moment for the family members as well as each and every Israeli today, given the fact that for the last 2 years, this war has been going on in the name of protecting the hostages, bringing them back home, and finally the truce in sight. The question being asked whether at all this can really hold for a longer period of time. Will Israel as well as the Palestinians really be able to hold on to this, given the fact that there is no understanding with regards to who really controls Gaza at this point in time? Nick, I want to come back to you. Sorry, there was a problem with your audio line. If carry on, show us what's really happening outside Sheba Hospital.
Yeah, we can see now some of the hospitals are coming back with the helicopters and the minivans and taking them here to the main hospital in Israel, Sheba Medical Center, where the doctors will pick up the hospitals. And unfortunately, the rate of experience is because this is the first one that was coming to the hospital in the past 2 years, and Israel has this unique experience in treating hostages over the years, and those people went through hell in Hamas captivity underground, systematic underground, almost without air to breathe, almost no food to eat, and no medication to services. They're injured during the 7th of October, this group attack on universities too. That some of the hostages are coming in, and they are welcomed by the Israeli government officials and by their families and Israelis that also are here with this exciting moment. This moment, Israel waited for 2 years. The hostages, families, and relatives, their loved ones, they were protesting almost every day for the 2 years, and their demanders to do anything in the Israeli government and other governments, countries, organizations to do in order to bring them back and facilitate it's happened. So this is one of the happiest moments in the history of Israel, and it's still the most happy day in the past 2 years.
Well, thank you very much, Nick, for getting us the latest details. We seem to be having some problem with the audio line with Nick, who's joining us live from outside Sheba Hospital, where the family members of the hostages are present, and the hostages are also undergoing treatment. Given the fact that they've spent months and months inside those dark tunnels, and remember, many without much food, without much assistance that was provided to them. They were handed over to the Red Cross for further treatment, and finally now they are back in Israel. Should we focus now to the other big story coming in from Pakistan? Ladies and gentlemen, over the last 1 month or so, a little more than that, Pakistan soon to be have lost control over major parts of the country, starting from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa to Balochistan, and of course right inside Pakistan right now, what was considered to be the stronghold seems to be also now slipping out. The protests that are taking place and images that we have just got a short while back, these are exclusive videos of the videos that are coming from Muridke, where the violence has left Pakistan's Punjab province also reeling. Remember, this was largely seen a province safe for the Shehbaz Sharif government, something that the Pakistani army has been extremely comfortable with. But these are the images that you see on your screens. This video basically shows Pakistani Rangers which were deployed bulletproof armored vehicle to ram and crush cars occupied by Tehreek-e-Labbaik Pakistan workers during overnight clashes that have taken place. The incident, part of a broader government operation to dismantle TLP protest camps, has reportedly resulted in dozens of deaths and hundreds injured, fueling accusations of excessive force and state-sponsored brutality. On your screens right now, these are the latest images that have been accessed, and we're also going to take you through some of the details that we are essentially bringing in right now. A remote mountain pass is now the epicenter of a brewing storm as Afghanistan deploys thousands of Taliban-led troops backed by tanks and artillery into the Wakhan corridor, a 16-kilometer wide lifeline linking Kabul to China and separating Pakistan from Tajikistan. This amid intelligence reports that Pakistan is plotting a strike to seize this strategic strip. Now, what you see right now, these are the latest images now coming in. In fact, let's just listen in to some of the protesters. What is it that they have to say?
No Pakistani.
और ये मौजूदा गवर्नमेंट बेतहाशा इस वक्त शल मार चुकी है और सीधे फायर कर रही है। ये स्टेट फ्लैट G3 के हमारे कारकुनों
No Pakistani. देखो सामने उन्होंने कंटेनर है साड़ी फोर्स है सारी।
ये है वो रेंजर के लोग जिन्होंने हमारे भाइयों को शहीद किया है। अब ये हमारे असार में है और हमारे कायदीन का ज़रफ़ देखें कि वो पुरअमन तरीके से इनका
लाइव चलाओ लाइव लाइव
Well, in fact, things seem to be going out of control for Shehbaz Sharif's government and Field Marshal Asim Munir. Reason being that most of them have now been calling out the Pakistani army for the false promises that they've essentially made. Not just that, also, the rebels have all now come together, ensuring that the Pakistani army perhaps cannot continue in the manner that they have done so far. In fact, this is a consolidated report that will give you a sense of what's really happening inside Pakistan, and many would say that this is a situation that we had witnessed back in the 1960s when Pakistan was in complete turmoil. It's a rerun of what we had witnessed earlier.
Pakistan is on the brink of chaos. Islamabad is hunting down its own people. It is official. Pakistan is imploding. Clashes between the Tehreek-e-Labbaik Pakistan and security forces took a violent turn. What began as a protest quickly spiraled into deadly clashes. TLP supporters marching towards the US embassy were blocked by the police, leading to chaos. The TLP claims two of its men were